Acting?
Acting.
Hi, I'm Alicia.
And I'm Tiana.
We're two working actors. We happen to be women.
We happen to be Black. Sometimes that matters.
And sometimes it doesn't. Either way,
we're here to talk about all things acting, from personal experiences
to the industry itself, and of course our love of the craft.
So join us as we chat with each other, as well as the occasional acting friend, as we talk about all things
acting. Awesome. All right, well, welcome back. Hello, guys.
Hey.
Happy Thursday. It's Thursday that we're recording this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a new episode should have also dropped because we release every Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, depending on the time.
Most Thursdays, the occasional Friday. But,
yeah.
Around this time.
Yeah, I mean, evening, whatever. But so how's your week?
It's chill. It's chill. Work has been like a little busier than anticipated, and I've been handling it, but it's just annoying. I'm irritated that I have to handle it. Oh, and we had an agent come to class this week, and that was really interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was nice. It was, I can't remember her name. It was Nicole something. I'll have to look it up and maybe put it in the notes. But she is a talent agent for the Philadelphia area, and she just kind of spoke to us about the job and answered any questions we had, and it was really nice.
Yeah. Were there good questions, or were people like scared to ask questions?
No, there were actually some really good questions. Just people, honestly, most of the good questions came from like the working actors, like people who've like been doing this for a long time and like have agents and have like casting profiles on casting networks and Actors Access, which for if you guys don't know, those are two of the probably most popular websites used by casting agents and agents and managers to just kind of track talent and book jobs. A lot of like SAG projects will be on, I think Casting Networks is like the really professional one where you have to like have an agent and like be SAG, or I don't think you have to be SAG, but like you have to have an agent to use it.
I think you can use that if you're not.
Can you? Yeah. I thought there was one that like you had to have an agent.
I think for Actors Access, there's it's like split into two. Like you can access that without an agent, but there is another side
that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, there's another side that like jobs that we'll never see until we have an agent.
What was one good question that was asked, and if you can remember what the answer was?
Oh, that is good. So Brian, of course, always he came prepared with questions, so he had some good questions. I'm trying to remember. The thing is, and me and Devin, one of our classmates, we talked about this when we were walking to the bar. A lot of what she said was stuff that we already kind of know when it comes to agents. But one thing that she did mention was local hires. And like we really talked about being a local hire. And I liked that because especially if you're starting out and as a working actor, you're gonna see a lot of jobs that are posted for local hires. So we kind of it morphed into like a longer conversation, but Brian just kind of started with asking her, what is a local hire, and can you submit for a local hire even if you don't live in that area? And the short answer is yes. Like essentially to be a local hire, to be considered a local hire, that is you accepting that you will not be paid for transportation or lodging. So typically they'll look for people who are in local to the area because they don't have to travel far, they don't have to worry about somewhere to stay, yada yada yada. But what she said was that doesn't mean you have to be in that area. You just have to, if you're gonna apply to something that asks for a local hire, you are agreeing to the terms that you will get yourself there. But she also mentioned, which was kind of a little contradictory, and I wish I'd picked her brain a little bit about this, but I wasn't thinking, I was just in the moment. But she said that there are times when she will cast someone for a job that requests a local hire, or not cast, but submit someone for a job that requires or requests a local hire. And she'll ask them if they will pay for transportation and lodging, which is interesting. But I wonder, and I wonder if she asked that because she's an agent, so she feels a bit more comfortable doing that. And then she also said that if they absolutely insist in the posting, in the job posting, that they only want a local hire, that they will not be providing money or compensation for travel and lodging, then she won't ask. But if they don't make it that explicitly clear, then she'll ask for her talent, which I thought was interesting. But again, like I said, I wonder if that's just because she's an agent.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, I feel like that
Yeah.
was a lot that I just threw at you.
I've heard of people doing that often though. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what you're willing to kind of work with because I've heard people say,
Right.
yeah, I just submit everywhere, but they have
Mm-hmm.
representation granted, but they'll submit to East Coast jobs and West Coast jobs and Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
that are
Mm-hmm.
listed as local hire because they know that they're willing to relocate whenever. And I think it's
Right.
very, I think it's comparable to when you're out in the on the job search
Mm-hmm.
and you see that it'll list there's no stipends for relocation, meaning
Mm-hmm.
we're like operating under the assumption that whoever we hire is just going to show up. Like there's not going to be a conversation about remote work and there's not going to be a
Right.
conversation about your gas mileage. You're just going to show up like normal. So I feel like
Mhm.
it's really up to you. Like, I don't think
Exactly.
I think that's a say less situation. Like, if you're willing to do that,
Exactly.
you probably really shouldn't explain yourself and say, well, like, I don't technically live here. Like, I live in,
Mm-hmm.
I think you should like keep it to yourself. And if you're
Yeah.
willing to do that, because there was someone I was listening to that said, well, I knew I had a cousin that lived in LA, and if worst case scenario, I could crash on their couch. So I knew that
Right.
like I could handle that. So yeah, that's
Exactly.
definitely but you know what though? I'm totally like if that's a job that you want, go for it. Why would you let that
I was
do?
literally on backstage and I saw a job that was hiring down in for like somewhere Virginia, like near the Virginia Beach area. And I thought about applying. The dates themselves didn't work out, but if it wasn't for the dates, I dead ass like I literally considered, am I willing to travel this far? Like get a little motel depending on how long the shoot days are. Like, yeah, if it's a job that I
Exactly.
want. So
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah.
that's a good but you know what though, to like counter that, I have heard that I don't know if it's casting agencies or someone that says like you should not be applying to stuff if you should not be applying to things that are local hire if you don't live there. I have heard that said before.
Yeah, and I have,
However,
yeah, again.
I really feel like it's a keep it to yourself, need to know situation. If you're willing to do
Mm-hmm.
that and fly out on your own dime, I don't see the harm in it.
Right. Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
honestly, everyone's submitting everywhere, especially the people that have agents. They are submitting them to the major markets anyway.
Hmm.
So it's not even like it's oh, you're knocking out local talent. I don't even think it's that type of
No, the game
situation.
has just changed. I mean, like maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, yeah, but the game has changed and especially after post pandemic, post 2020, people are used to things being a lot more far reaching just because of we take advantage of the digital space now in a way that we didn't in the past.
Mhm.
So I agree. I think it's a need to know basis. If you say you're a local hire, just show up for the job. Don't shoot yourself in the foot and like, like screw yourself over and say at the last minute, oh, sorry, I can't do this, or oh, sorry, can you pay for this? You were hired as a local hire. Just don't backtrack on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that was it. And then we just went to the bar, but it's been a chill week other than that. How about you?
No, it's been a week. It's kind of the weird time where it's after spring break before summer, so things are kind
Mm,
of strangely, you know, we're in a weird place. We're
yeah.
waiting for it to get warm, waiting for things to kind of open up and relax here. But yeah.
Yeah. I remember that in college. It always felt like a liminal space, the time between spring break and the end of and finals. It's just like because it's right there. Like the end of the year is almost there, but it's still not quite.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I
Cool,
think
cool, cool.
that our conversation about local hires actually ties in really well to Mia Goth saying that
Yeah.
she will lie
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it
about
does. Yeah. because I mean, it was, what was it? It was the post on Instagram, and she was like, "Hey, it literally, I don't know verbatim, but she was like, if you need a horseback rider, someone who's fluent in Chinese and knows acrobatics, I'm your girl. I'm passionate about all those things." And I don't know, she kind of ate, in my opinion. I mean, I think if you're willing to, well, okay. Now I'm literally stopping myself because I think there are certain things if you say you can do, especially maybe like more physical things, if you say you can do that, um, make sure you at least know the foundation. You don't have to be, maybe like you don't have to be the strongest person. Like say dance, okay, say you break dancing. Say you know how to break dance, and maybe you know a couple of moves. I would say that in that case, it's okay to put down that yes, I do know breakdancing. But if you know nothing, if you don't even know how to have rhythm or hold rhythm, I think that's a case in which you should not lie because they will be very upset with you.
Mhm. Yeah,
What are
I
your
think it depends on what's being asked of the character and
yeah.
also how good of a liar you are.
Hmm.
There are some people that can pick up things very fast, but I also think that back to the point I said earlier, I really don't think that you should announce that you lie, though. That's not a good look.
Oh no, absolutely not. But that's what again, but well, that's why I think it's important to have like a foundation, like a base under, because they're gonna ultimately they're probably gonna teach you whatever it is. Like,
Mhm.
maybe we'll use accents as an example. They're gonna have a dialect coach, so even if you don't have the strongest accent, they're gonna work with you on that. But to start from zero with nothing, I think they'd be able to tell you lied.
Yeah, I think that for actors that are not on that level, I think that you should not be open about lying. You shouldn't say
Yeah.
that. You should say less and figure
Mm.
it out. If that's what you're going to do, that's fine. I mean, but I think that sometimes, especially for people that may not really understand, and like we're not even really in the industry, but I feel like you have to understand that there are people that have accomplished things and they
Hmm.
can say things like that. That's not
Yeah.
something that a newer actor should be saying, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's not going to come across as confident. It's going to come across as arrogant. If you say
Mm.
lie on my resume, that's not you don't have the background to do that. I don't think that's appropriate at
Yeah.
all.
Hmm.
And that's crazy to me that she would say that. I don't think that that would go.
Well, she's Mia Goth, so to your point, she's someone on that level who can kind of get away with that.
But the to be so open about it, I think that
Hmm.
that's just not a good example.
Really?
No, because we can't say, I cannot say that I lied on my resume. I
Yeah.
cannot say that,
Yeah.
even if I lied. There, you have to understand, like, that's, yeah, I don't think that was a great, I don't think that was a great,
Take.
no, I mean, that was her take. I don't think that was a good example to set for actors, though.
Mm. Yeah.
Because there are some people that take pride in it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like but then yeah, I believe okay. I agree with like not being so like don't show up to the job and just be like and tell everyone, "Oh yeah, I lied. I lied to get this." I don't really know. Like I guess or maybe I don't understand what you're maybe I think we're looking at it at two different angles. Because like the way I'm looking at it, like if you show up, if you lie and you book the job, how like they're going to find out that you lied. Like I feel like there's no like if they expect you to be able to do something, they're going to expect you to show and like that's the reason that they hired you for that job. They're going to expect you to do what you said you could do. So if you show up and you can't do that, they're going to know that you lied and like you're telling on yourself even if you're not blatantly saying it and explicitly expressing that you lied. Is where I'm coming approaching it from and like how I'm seeing it.
So so then you would get fired. I like,
I mean, I get, but then that goes back to what you were saying of like if you're a high profile person, like they're going to they're gonna make an exception for you. I don't know. Like I
No,
guess it's just like
that's not, no. The point I'm trying to make is you should shut your mouth.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be open about stuff like that.
So like
Not
even if you
98% of actors cannot be open about stuff like that. You cannot say stuff like that and
yeah.
expect to have a favorable. There are so many factors that are going against actors. That will be one that will get you put third and have two people over you, not based off of talent, but just off of the fact that people think you're a liar. I think it's the saying it. I don't care if you lie and show up and you can learn. That's, I mean, people do that, but I just think that
So
it
you're
all,
saying it, yeah.
I
Sorry, I
don't,
didn't.
saying her speaking out about it was not a great
Yeah.
example to set. And
Yeah.
I think people think it's cool and everything, but that's not, what does that promote?
So you're looking at it more of like a reputation. Like what reputation are you setting for yourself to be so explicitly blatant about like yeah. Yeah. I mean you said you literally said like it comes across as arrogant.
That quirky girl stuff does not work for everybody.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's a
Yeah.
recurring thing that I have with
Hmm.
everyone in general and something I hold myself to. There is a lot of value in being quiet. She
Hmm.
didn't have to say that. Now she
Hmm.
can, but I don't think that any, I don't think people should go around saying that because
Yeah.
you have free will to lie about anything. But once
This is
somebody
true.
thinks you're a liar, that is a problem. It's not even good to be known as an actor that lies because that's not your job. Your job is to
Hmm.
convince us. Why would you want to be known like that?
Yeah.
Like that's my whole thing with it. It's like I think it promotes a little bit of a kind of I can do anything and you may be capable of doing anything, but there are people that have taken horseback riding lessons. There are people that have
Hmm.
worked with dialect coaches on their own dime. There are people that do X, Y, and Z. So now you're creating a hostile environment for yourself because you think it's cute to say what an A-lister said. And so that's why I think it's irresponsible to say stuff like that because when you have people coming up behind you, they're going to think that I can do that too. And we already know the feeling, even as actors in this small setting of Philly, not even
Hmm.
going to LA or New York or whatever. We already know that feeling of someone that shows up to the audition because I can act. It's not that hard. And I feel like it's feeding into that. It's feeding into
Mm.
the, oh, girl, whatever. We'll pick it up.
The
Now,
people who don't take it seriously.
if that's what I'm saying. You may be an
Yeah.
actor who pick up something, but it's like, so I don't care if you figure it out or not, but I just don't think it's something that should be spoken out loud or
Mm.
cheer. I don't think it should be cheered on. I don't think that's cute, personally.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think I agree in the sense of like it can put your reputation, but I think I don't know. I think we just fundamentally have different views because I think you're putting a lot of weight, or I don't like saying I think, but to me, for me, you're putting a lot of weight in the weight. What am I trying to say? You're putting a lot of weight in the voice of public opinion, and but I already know what you're going to say because it's work, and it's like, and this is like a professional setting, and this is something like you don't want that reputation to go around. I guess I just didn't take it as that seriously. But to your point, that is a good point of like that if a newer actor, they're going to think that they can emulate that and they can go around and like kind of have that arrogant attitude, especially like you said, the people who show up in auditions thinking that it's easy, that this is just a cakewalk, like this isn't something that has been studied for like hundreds of years, like before screen and TV was even a thing. Like it's an art form that if people don't take it seriously, it will continue to be devalued more than it already has, is what I think you're saying. Or maybe am I completely missing the mark? I can't tell.
I really want to know less about these people.
Okay. Okay. You just like, and that's it.
they're just, yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Mm.
Imagine Beyonce saying, well, girl, I just show up the day of and I catch on. Even if she caught on, let's say that that was true and she really was catching that stuff on site.
Hmm.
But people already think she's lazy. People like people
People
are
think Beyonce is lazy.
people already devalue anything that she does. Why would I feel like we have to be honest? That behavior of saying, I just show up and figure it out,
Hmm.
you're lowering the standard that you should be holding yourself to. And that's not real, that's not attainable. And people
Hmm.
already get chewed out for less. Like that's why I have a problem with it. I'm so over the mediocre kind of vibe that some of these actors are giving off, and it's so disrespectful, in my opinion. There are people that work at this and they're very talented. These like actors that go around, and I think it's an act themselves. It's like a publishing thing that they go around with these personalities, but it's just so unnecessary.
Interesting. Okay, because that's not how I. T- okay, that's not how I took what she was saying. Like when I don't. yeah. I think I just. The way I interpreted her saying that was I wasn't okay because I see what you're. Okay, sorry, because my thoughts are like trying to gather themselves. I see what you're saying, but the way I interpreted what she said was not like a, oh, I just show up and I get the job, or like in that kind of way. It was more of like, if it's something that I want and I'm going to go after, it's then if they need someone who can do these things, I'm going to say I can do it and then learn when I get there. Like
Mhm.
I don't like that, and that's to me like how I took it. So I wasn't necessarily seeing it as like a, oh, she was just like playing it all. Like I don't know. I guess
My whole
interesting
thing
that that's
is,
how that was that how you how but that speaks to like everyone's perspective is different and you don't know how people are going to take the things that you say, like you just don't.
I I just feel like most people are not going to be given the opportunity to show up and figure it out. Your job is to show up with it figured out already. That's my
Yeah.
thing. So I think it's irresponsible to say, I'm gonna lie and girl, I'll figure it out when the job comes. That's crazy.
Mm.
It's crazy to say that. It's not crazy to do that. If you're gonna do that, do that. I just feel like it's promoting to a generation that already doesn't think
Hmm.
that that's okay. And that's not okay. To me, that's not okay. You should always be working. You should be trying. You're not going to know everything. You're not going to master every skill, but
Hmm.
to put that out into the world, it's just crossing some type of line. It's like
Hmm.
hold yourself to a higher standard than that.
Yeah.
Also, lying is bad. Like what?
Also, lying is bad, but a lot of people lie, Tiana. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that a lot of people will casually lie. Like I'll just, I don't know. So that's another conversation. But yeah, a lot of people lie and they're not honest, and that's just reality. But to your point, we should hold
It's
ourselves to a higher standard, especially as
that's the
actors.
thing. It's uncouth to say I'm
Yeah,
a liar. Why is
yeah,
that?
and to be
Like,
so blatant about it.
that's that's what's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That y'all are comfortable with that. Ew. And I like her, like I love her performances and stuff, but it's like the
Hmm.
personalities on some of these actors are really a turnoff, and that's why I think everyone should be quiet.
But unfortunately, people want people to talk. We live in an age of authenticity. That's what people want from. They want that brutal. They want that.
Alicia, we live in an age of authenticity, and she just admitted that she lies. That doesn't make any sense. This is what I'm saying. Nobody can be themselves because and now someone's gonna like emulate that. Are they
Yeah.
being themselves? No, because she's not even being herself. That's not authentic. No one knows who they are in this, and that's what bothers me. No one knows who they are. If we all locked in and we found our purpose and we found what we really enjoyed, that's where the power comes in. But now I feel like that's a fake persona, first of all.
Mm.
I don't feel like that's how she really is. I think that
And
she's
that's like really, yeah.
I think
Mm.
that she puts a lot of effort into her craft, and I think
Oh,
that she
absolutely. She's clearly
does
passionate.
a lot.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy to me to just admit that I lie. That's crazy.
Mm. Yeah. I didn't consider it from that way, but yeah, no, that's yeah. It does I mean I really like what you said about it. I mean it does a devalue and it lowers the bar for yourself. It does. Like that's just why would we willingly do that, especially as actors, especially in a craft that already isn't really respected when you think about it. Like when you really think about it, like it's not people here, like you said, people show up to auditions thinking they can just show up and like, oh, you need an actor, I can do that.
And
People
then
who
not
come into class thinking they know everything.
and then like not even factoring into whatever skill that they want you to learn. By the
Hmm.
way, I'm sure that she either has the money or she negotiates to have the money to pay for whoever's going to tutor her in that.
Oh, of
You don't
course.
have that when you're starting out. So that's why I'm saying it's irresponsible to put that out there because someone may come along and try to follow that. They don't have the resources that you have, they don't have the clout that you have, and they don't have the respect that you have. So you're going to look stupid if you say that I can speak Japanese. Okay, well, they're going to want you to speak Japanese when you show up. They're not going to say, "Oh, you can kind of speak it. Okay, it kind of sounds good. You know what? We actually have somebody on standby for you." They're not going to do that for you. Coming in brand new, they're not doing that. They're expecting you to come with it already. So if
Hmm.
you put something on your resume, you have to make sure that you can do that. You can't just lie. You
You
have to
just
be
say
able to do that. You have to be able to jump rope that's on your resume because if they're asking for it, it's probably an integral part of the scene, let
that.
alone
Hmm.
the bigger plot of whatever is going on. You cannot show up and say, actually, I haven't jumped rope in like 20 years, so I don't know. Okay, they're gonna put you to the curb and pull whoever's on standby, like an extra or something, and say, all right, so you could do this, right? Okay, now let's
Hmm.
roll. And now they know you for being a liar. That that's what I'm saying. It's like it's
Why
just
set yourself up that way? Yeah.
so that was outrageous for me to read. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, like you said, she's on a different caliber. And she's trying to be quirky. She's trying to be cute. Your face is so funny when you just find something distasteful. Like it's just like it reads really funny.
It's just
Yeah.
like because it doesn't even feel real what she said. I don't believe her. I don't believe her when she says that. And that's why it pisses me off. I
Mm.
don't believe her.
Hmm.
That's what, so it's just like, why did you say that? I think you're lying now,
Well,
actually.
now I'm curious. I want to see what the comments say. I want to see what people said about it.
People were cheering her on, like, yeah, girl, like
Were
that
they?
girl, that as you should, girl. If you lie to get a corporate job and they find out, baby, they won't.
Well,
Do you think they're gonna cry when they fire you? Do you think that's what's gonna happen? Okay.
I don't know because I've known people who lie on their resume to get a corporate job, and they manage.
But when they, that's my thing is, okay. I don't
It's
care
when
if
they
you
find
lie
out.
and you show up and you can get the job done. My thing is, the reason I think it's irresponsible is because there are going to be people that lie because they
Hmm.
think that lying is all they need to do. They're not going to do the work, whether it's a corporate job or an acting job, and they're going to show up and they're going to be confused as to why they're getting the boot because you lied. Do you think the world is going to cater to you after you lie? That's not how it works in corporate or in acting or in whatever. That's why I think it's irresponsible because there are going to be people that think that if that's what she does. Oh girl, then I could do
Yeah,
that. Right?
like I can. Yeah. Well, normalizing lying on resumes? Question mark.
I just that like when did we get here as a society where like it's like where's the work? that we want to put in.
Someone else said, I really like this. A lack of integrity is clearly displayed on the face of those without it. No need to say what's already understood. So, I mean, again, if you show up and you can't do it, they're gonna know you can't do it. So, hmm,
I don't
interesting.
like that. That's
Yeah,
that's against my morals. I don't vibe with that at all.
yeah. Well, that was fun.
Yeah,
Your face. Yeah,
that's so disappointing.
disappointing, but not entirely surprising. But again, to your point, I don't think she's even like that because she's clearly very passionate about what she does. Like I don't think she even believes that herself. So, yes.
Don't lie, y'all. Don't show up. Listen, you don't have to be an actor. Don't lie. It's not going to end well for you because, especially if you lie without doing any of the work, why would you do that? Don't do that
Yeah.
because somebody's going to find out. Okay. And if you haven't thought the lie through, okay, it's not going to go very well for you.
Or if you're forgetful. I can't lie because I forget everything I say. So I have to be honest so I can know I mean it, you know? So
Mhm.
just don't be liars. Just don't lie. It's bad luck. And then also, people don't like it. When they find out you're a liar, you're branded a liar.
I just, there's, yeah, that's crazy.
Mm,
I want the kids to read more. I want the kids to develop comprehension skills and be literate in media and their finances. Okay. I
that's a
really
big one.
want us to be good, but we can't be good if you don't try and you lie.
Mm,
You don't grow
mm.
that way. You don't grow as an
This is
actor. Don't lie
true.
to yourself. Don't lie to yourself.
This is true. Mm. And with that, any performances of the week?
I do actually. Speaking of great, powerful figures that have inspired a generation, Coach Carter, who's based on a
Oh,
real person, actually.
yeah.
I was just rewatching with Samuel L. Jackson, and I
Hmm.
felt like he did a great, specifically when he was introduced to the basketball team that he was going to help. I felt like he did a great job in that moment as portraying someone who established their authority without a stereotypical angry demeanor. Like he was very authoritative in that moment, but he didn't come across as antagonistic. He didn't come across as overbearing. He established himself, that character, to those boys very well. And it was pivotal in him gaining the respect of the boys and then ultimately like the audience members and also in real life, like their families and stuff like that. But I felt like that scene specifically was very well done because he didn't attack it like as an aggressive, authoritative figure. He was just,
Yeah.
he was there and he had demanded respect both in his physical actions and in his voice and the eye contact that he was giving the boys, but he wasn't like a villain, almost like
He wasn't being
cartoony.
overly aggressive. Yeah.
No, he did. Yeah,
Like it
I
made
felt
sense.
he's good at playing authoritative characters. I think
He
him and
is. I was just gonna say, yeah, him and Denzel are really, really good at playing like those really like
my favorites.
strong types, but like not like overbearing. Like they're not overdoing it.
Yeah, like
Like they know how to.
and The Great Debaters, one of my favorite movies that I need to rewatch actually soon.
Mm.
And also in Remember the Titans,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
performances of like characters that you could
Yeah.
tell cared, but they weren't angry. Because I like sometimes that angry leader that's like, I'm yelling at you because I care about you. It sometimes it becomes like it overshadows the
It
story.
becomes about them. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that one moment from America's Next Top Model, the iconic. We were all rooting for you, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really liked him in that moment.
Mm.
Very
Nice.
good.
Nice. I um I had I had something and I forgot. Like I literally forgot, and I'm so mad at myself. Yeah, and it was like a movie that I watched all the way through that I wasn't even supposed to watch all the way through, and then I did, and I can't remember what movie it was. Like that's like you know what it is? It's
Streaming?
it's the brain fog. Yes. Let me see. I think you know what I think I put it on my letterbox. Thank God for letterboxed. We are not sponsored, but thank God for letterboxed. What We Hide. Oh,
What we
can't believe I
had.
forgot it. So it stars McKenna Grace and actually a couple of other people. Hold on. Let me see. It came out last year. She was so young in it. Jesse Williams is in it. And Dacre Montgomery, or Dacre
Yeah.
Montgomery, I think is how you say it. Uh, really good movie, really fun. But the performance that stood out to me was first off, McKenna Grace. Don't know what water she's drinking, but that is a generational talent right there. Mark my words, that young lady can act her ass off. She's phenomenal. And there was one specific scene in the movie. So it's about these two young girls. One is 15, the other is like maybe 9 or 10. And they're sisters. Their mom, she is unfortunately an addict and she ODs and passes away. And the girls, particularly the older sister, McKenna Grace's character, does not want to get taken away. She does not want to see them get separated. They live in an area where people's kids get taken away a lot because of that. So she knows what the system is like, and she knows that they always separate siblings. So she's like, we're not going to tell anyone that our mother passed away. So they hide
Mhm.
her body. And the movie is just about them trying to maintain the ruse of her being alive. There's one scene in it that is so emotionally jarring. It's McKenna Grace's character. She's just so frustrated at the position that they're being put in because they're being harassed by her mother's drug dealing, like addict, like abusive ex-boyfriend or boyfriend or whatever he is to her. He's just this horrible man who is harassing them for their mother who is deceased. And she goes into where they are keeping their mother in this trunk, and she just has this breakdown and she's kicking it and she's screaming at it and she's just, why would you do this to us? Why did you do this? Why couldn't you make better to like just like going off? And when I tell you, it was so raw and truthful and passionate, and it was like it was the moment. I mean, up until that point, she'd already been doing a great job, but it was that moment that I was like, oh, this woman can act. Like she's amazing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
good. Such a good movie. And like I said, I wasn't even supposed to watch it. I put it on and I wasn't supposed to watch the whole thing, but I had to finish it.
Yeah.
Kept me. Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. She has a lengthy resume.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. I'm excited to see what she does as she matures into adulthood and more mature roles.
Sunrise on the Reaping is going to be excellent. I think they
Is she in
cast.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna eat that up.
So it's gonna that cast. I thought they did very well with pairing up who was in the book
Wow.
very
She's
well.
gonna eat that up.
And that
Okay.
character, yeah, I think she'll do great as that
Yeah.
character as well.
Who's
Yeah,
she playing?
I can't remember the name. Nasally? No, it might be Nasally. She's playing one of the tributes
Oh, okay.
that
Yeah.
is very similar to Joe. Joe, who was the one that played in Catching Fire with the bald head? Very similar to
Tom.
that. I think it's like Joanna or something like that. Johanna?
She was in Catching Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I don't know her name, but I know who. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that their characters are very similar, very similar. And
She
so
was
I
the really
think,
brutal one, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's gonna be a really good
Interesting.
film. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm definitely going to see that. I'm also
Yeah.
going to see Evening in Tuscany. So if you haven't seen that yet, you should.
Clock it. Clock it. Yep. Okay. Well, and with that, guys, we hope you have a great rest of your day.